that you are a little overweight. Why? Do you try to diet? There are people who say that you couldn't be president because you're so heavy. What do you say? You know, you could stop these rumors. You could say, as many artists have, yes, I am gay. Or you could say, no, I'm not. Or you could leave it as you are, ambiguous.
On this episode of Not Well, we talk about
Andrew Tate's gay ass,
fireworks and gunshots,
New Year's resolutions and how shitty they are,
public transportation and drug deals on the fucking third car,
crappy TV shows and why you shouldn't watch them,
Barbara Walters died,
the New Year,
and George Santos bullshit, and Republicans we kind of go off on too.
We do kind of.
We touch on a lot. Okay.
We touch on a lot.
And we have voicemails where you guys don't speak up. All right. Well, here's the start of the episode. Thank you.
Play that old song I used to like when I was a little girl.
So easy to mix. I love that.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Not Well. I'm Bobby.
I'm Jim.
Happy New Year.
These are like sparklers.
Oh, cool. You're just like my fucking neighbors.
No, that would be ding.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's a new year. It's a new me. It's a new life. We'll talk more about that later because that's my sundry.
Lots of bullets to dodge.
We've dodged a bullet at times.
Twice
Actually,
while recording.
Oh fuck yeah! And a backfire from a like Toyota Prius or something. I don't know. That's what.
It's like I don't know if the Prius.
That's
is
not even gonna have like
barely a gas engine.
There's actually like a Buick over here that is the loudest muffler I've ever heard. And I'm like,
Buicks are.
I get so pissed.
Do you know when I see anyone under 70 driving a Buick, I just am like, what's happening?
No, but you know that was my first car, right? Oh no, we've had to have talked about this.
You drove a Buick?
Bitch.
Oh my God, Matt's going to love this.
I had a fucking Buick Le Sabre.
Le Sabre.
And that's what I called it. It's a Le Sabre. And it was ugly tan.
Oh, fuck.
With ugly tan cloth.
No,
seats.
Not cloth.
Oh, it was that cloth
yes.
that's like fuzzy. Or it's not fuzzy. It's like it has that
suede
weird.
Almost.
You know, it's like, oh.
And then when you sweat, you stick to it so hard. It's just like.
Now, I will say, she gave me a good ride. And by that I mean the car.
Oh.
Now, and my friends, we enjoyed the Buick. Like, I used to I rode that thing into the ground. I acted like it was a fucking speed demon car. And I'm like, you're driving a Buick.
Yeah, like, honey.
But I tried to make it cool one time and put spinners on them. On it. Fake spinners. They were plastic hubcaps. And I thought that was going to be cool. Yep.
Oh my God.
I didn't go through with it, thank God.
Honey.
But I did buy them and return them.
Honey.
Yeah. So anyway.
Choices. How young were you? Hopefully like 16.
How long were you? I was 17.
Oh,
16,
fuck.
17.
Plastic hubcaps.
Because when I was 18 or 19 is when I got my next car, which was an Oldsmobile Intrigue.
Oh my God. How poor was your family?
They weren't. These were like salesmen's cars.
Okay.
That my dad would like. I don't know. It was, yeah, we weren't poor.
We went from a Buick to an Oldsmobile.
No, I was just hated.
Oh, that's right.
Because my
always
sister
forget that.
had the Oldsmobile Intrigue, which was because my dad would buy those for the salespeople. So like she had a white one.
Okay.
I had a green one. I liked my car actually. It was kind of sporty. It's more,
really?
It's not a car like you think.
Oh,
you
I'm picturing some. Okay.
No. It's not a hoopty. But it's not. It's an Oldsmobile. So like, let's get honest. But it's not a hoopty either, though. Yeah, look it up. They're really cute.
Sleek. Yeah.
It's like a sedan. Okay. It's like but it was like. Whatever.
I'm just confused now. It feels like they are actually selling these. Like
they might be.
Are these for sale?
We should go buy one. I should go buy an Intrigue.
Literally, I'll split it with you, 1,000 each. We'll have a car Intrigue.
Yep, for the
show. We can write it off as a tax write-off.
We can, but I'd rather buy a fucking RV then, which is way more than that.
I was like, but we're not gonna be able to get it for 2,000 unless we do a little sucky type technique.
We might have to get an OnlyFans
on the salesman.
But that could be hot.
Let's go into that RV. Show me into that RV. I want to see what the bed's like. And then you and I walk in.
Why'd I just do this?
and you're separating the curtains to the back room. The
I
salesman
pictured
comes in.
curtains.
I'm like, can you give it a ride and show us how that bed bounces around? He lays back down. We get on the bed.
We finish them really quickly though. That's the thing.
We have to share.
We don't allow him to like be like, hold on, wait.
No.
You're coming in 4 seconds.
Yeah, like
babe.
gluck, gluck, done.
Gluck, gluck. You're done. Next, and we'll get all the people in there, the proper channels. Now, if there's a vagina involved, that's where you're gonna have to. I mean, I will.
Yeah, I can do it.
I'll fuck it. I'm not eating it.
Oh, it depends.
I'll fuck it. I can fuck any hole. It's the
Same.
I
The
can't
mouth.
eat any hole.
No, even I recently have thought I'm like, there's some assholes I wouldn't eat. Like there's definitely some guys,
Literally, like
butts that
9
I'm
out of
like-
10, I won't eat.
I look around and I'm like, nope, that would never.
This is
ever.
where pink comes involved. For me.
Yeah,
For me,
you're kind of right.
If you have a pink asshole,
it's going down.
it's going down.
It's like the old country buffet over here.
It's like it is like a buffet at the Golden Corral where I would get pizza.
where I know literally they have like
have
prime
really good
rib and like
pizza,
all this
though.
other stuff.
I was like, I'll have a pizza
I
and
would
I'm
be
gonna
like-
get mac and cheese and
Yeah,
pizza.
I would
It's
get
like,
mac and cheese and like chocolate milk for like
That
$20.
is such a shitty place.
It's such a shitty place.
How
Golden
sad.
Corral. My brother picked it for his birthday meal one day.
Oh, I did too, I think. No, I swear to God,
I
it was like
looked
a
at-
thing.
I
We used
looked
to
at
go there
my
like
mom.
it
I
was
was
a
like-
treat.
We're gonna go to Golden Corral for his birthday.
I used to look at it like it was a treat. Like, oh my God, it's
She
$10 a plate. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay. And really, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I just
Like
you
it's
know,
just like shitty food that's out. But like I couldn't even get by the people sitting at the tables.
No.
They were big people there.
big people, and that's before
My dad
yeah.
called it the Trough.
and he wasn't wrong.
He was like, are we gonna go down to the Golden Corral
do
and
you
eat
tell
at
him
the
about?
Trough?
Do you tell him about the trough that you now are involved with?
Oh, the one where I lay down and get pissed on.
Yeah. You're like, oh, trough. What's a trough? You're like,
Trough.
my dad used to call the fat fucks at Golden Corral
And
trough
now I'm
feeders, and now I'm a trough
piss trough.
feeder.
I'm a trough feeder. Feed me.
Feed him in his trough.
We won't
Yeah.
tell you where, but you know where. OSU football stadium.
Ooh.
Okay. That's where you get
You're an asshole.
A
I don't
lot.
like you.
a lot of piss because a lot of beer drinking.
Yeah, I've always
a
wanted
lot
to
of
go down there.
hot football bro men. We need to go to a game.
And just stand there and pee.
I'm just gonna let you know you are about to see more than you've ever seen.
I know. 'Cause
More
I've
than
been
the
to one-
Eagle and Wilton Manors.
I've been to one, and it's like straight
It's-
guys, and it's
Yep.
and you're like, and half of them are on their phones, which
Oh,
is
yeah, the
really
whole
funny
time.
to me. I've noticed straight guys don't even like hold their dicks anymore. They just like let it flop
No
out, and they
one.
like text, and I'm like,
Now that's if it's long enough to flop.
I
That's what I'm
guess.
always worried
I'm like-
about. I'm like, it's so cold out. I'm like, let me get mine and pinch it.
I just feel like, yeah, the whole
It's
situation is
I
not.
can't be looking. I can't let it flop.
I mean, we're not
The
flopping, okay?
The pee will hit.
Yeah,
I mean,
great.
play that old song I used to like when I was a little girl. There's some wet
Holes
ass
in his
pussy.
house.
I love
I'm
that
like-
meme. Is that really what we're gonna be doing? Who wants to play WAP down at the
It's
nursing
like we'll be
home?
like, oh, and they'll be like, what is this beat? Girl, it'll be like when we hear
They're gonna
like
hate it,
30s,
yeah.
like, ding, 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 and we're like, ew, how did you dance to that?
yes, and then they're gonna
Even
be
though
like,
I didn't dance to WAP either. More ours are like,
you did.
know what I'm noticing
I saw
though?
you. What?
Late
Wait.
90s.
Yeah.
Late 90s hip hop. I used to love, and now that I listen to it, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it's bad.
it's so bad.
There's just certain music.
I'm the Candyman riding in my Taliban. I'm an Namanan. I'm like, oh no, like this is just so bad.
I don't know what happened to me. Okay,
But it's bad now too. But I'm just saying.
But like recently, the 80s are sounding good again. Like a lot of the synth
That is
sound
really funny.
and like Running Up That Hill is like a hit, and then it's like,
Yep. It's
gimme a man after midnight. That song is like a hit. Like they're playing it at Las Vegas
bop.
pool parties.
in Vegas.
ABBA has made it again.
I know.
And again.
I saw. Is it the one with Madonna that when they switched into it?
I think so.
Or no, it was. What was it? Yeah, it was Madonna. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 80s are back, and so are we.
But so I'm just wondering though, like when will WAP come back? Maybe in the 40s?
Can you
2040s when we are like, oh,
I don't want to talk about it. It scares me really bad because it's not that far
we're gonna
away.
be 60s. Like, hey, the WAP is back.
We're gonna be
They're
60.
Grandpa, go back.
No, it's gonna be this. Oh shit, WAP! You guys like that? Yeah, that you hear that WAP song, the kids are gonna be like,
Because that's
Ew.
how I felt when I was like early 20s. I was so mean to people in their
I was
40s.
so
at
mean to people.
Access.
I know when they'd be like,
40-year-olds would
nice
come up
song.
to me.
You're like,
I
yeah,
would see like
fucking loser.
gray in their hair or beard and be just like one piece, and I'd be like, oh, he's old, and then just kind of be like.
I think everybody goes through that though. I think.
But
That's
then they would like hit on me and like really like me, but I would
Really?
still be like,
Yeah.
Now I would be like, if someone came up to me and
If
hit
somebody
on
would
me,
actually like me.
if someone, I'm just going to tell you all, if someone hit on me, it's going down.
Well, yeah. And if as somebody who's been a part of
Observing that.
observations.
You're a scientist. So wait, what did you do this past week?
I guess I can just go to Minneapolis really quick. We went to
Yeah.
Minneapolis.
Really quickly.
Don't fuck my dad, all right?
And it was like...
Let me just say, when you told me you were going to Minneapolis in the winter, and then we had the freak snow cold chill from the north,
Yeah.
I was a little concerned for your health.
Yeah.
For your health.
Yeah. Well...
And then your health took a tanking.
I declined while I was
in Minneapolis.
I was in Minneapolis. Well, let's just start out with the basics.
What the fuck?
I'm not. This isn't even my subject, but I'm gonna give you like a 5 minute.
No,
like,
I need more.
A 10-minute synopsis of it, like really quick. Well, not really. Oh, you know me. Okay, so we fly in. It's Christmas Day. We get on the flight. Everything's
beautiful.
great. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Get in. It's freezing fucking cold. I mean, it was cold here though, so thank God I had like a practice
it was
round.
-8 in both places.
Yeah, so I had a practice round here, and I was like, okay, well, I can do Minneapolis. So we get there, and I was actually excited to go. I was like, well, this is a cool place. So we decided to take public transportation, and actually, I sort of was like, well, I think because I read about it.
You're like, it's probably fine.
I read about it, and I was like, oh, okay, it seems like, and it's Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. What possibly is going to go on the fucking train on Christmas Day?
Right.
Well, let me tell you.
Oh no. Oh.
So I think our first mistake was that we sat in the back car and not the front car near the conductor. I feel like the conductor might have a security guy up there maybe too.
The back car is where
The drugs and
the unhoused people might live, for example.
for example, that is exactly what cart we were on.
Oh no. The
So
drugs.
I didn't want to go. It was one of those where you get on and you can go up a little bit. You go up like 3 stairs and you have seats there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You go down a step and then it's like
I always
seats,
go up.
handicap, whatever, and then it goes back up on the other side of the car. So it's
Okay.
like a little.
Yeah. I always go up.
All these seats were taken up,
Oh.
and so
I only go up.
I
If you go
usually
down, if you go down in the ball pit,
Well, yeah.
it's because that's where everyone just easily like, I'll
Can
just
go down on there, right? So I go down to the ball pit because there's nowhere really else to go. Mind you, I have my $1,000 plus worth of stuff in my bag.
Yeah, like
I
all
didn't even
the-
bring. I didn't bring all my electronics. I didn't bring my regular camera, but I had like my GoPro. I had my
Drone?
laptop. No, I didn't bring the drone either because it was gonna be so cold.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I was actually packing light this trip. I was like, wow, my backpack is like holding clothes and not whatever. But regardless, so we're in the pit and we get going and it's like, okay, cool. Like there's, this train ride was going to be 35 minutes. I thought it was like a quick, I thought it was like 4 or 5 stops. Like we're close. Everything looks closer on a map. If you notice,
Yeah,
You're like,
this-
oh, airport's right there. That's,
35 on a train. What speed was it going
I mean,
at?
it was pretty fast, but it was like an over the road train. It was kind of like Denver.
Oh,
Like Denver. It would be like
So it's
Denver.
on a street.
Yeah, it's like it kind of cuts through and it cuts through
But
some other
Denver's
neighborhoods.
pretty quick. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so we were like one of the last stops was where our hotel was. So like
Okay.
it was downtown for a while before we could. So it's like
Yeah.
it was just where we were at. So we go through a few of these little neighborhoods. You can tell, oh, there's a lot of like junkyards and I mean like things like that. So I'm like,
You're like,
okay, well we're not in the right area.
Yeah, this isn't where we're staying, right?
We have this group. So the first thing that really fucking freaked me out, we have this group of people who get on the train and they're wearing those green like reflector vests like they were at a job site.
Oh, yeah.
There's 4 of them, 1 girl and 3 guys, and they come stumbling onto the fucking train.
Oh, no.
And then they come, one of the guys, so we get to one stop and then they start coming this way. I'm like, God fucking damn it. So they start walking this way. Well, the train starts again and the guy literally must have just did drugs, was
Oh, no.
holding onto the pole and he was spinning and like, and this is happening behind me, like right here. And I'm like, and at this point I had sat down. So like I should have never sat down.
God.
So then the chick starts walking up to all of them and she's like, y'all never want to fucking feed me. And meh. And I'm like, I'm looking at Michael
Oh,
like
so she's
I'm
like
gonna
a sex
murder.
slave.
Right. But they're all doing drugs.
Why
It's
did
all
Michael?
a drug thing.
Why did Michael let you sit back here?
Because
Because normally he's very cautious.
he is not when
And
it comes to that kind of
so-
shit. It's so weird.
Oh.
It's like he's
'Cause
cautious
normally
about
he's,
like spilling
driving.
wine
Yeah,
or
like keeping clean in the kitchen.
but not when it comes to crime.
Oh my God, Michael! Like my ass would have been in the front car.
I was like ready. And the thing is, I had so much shit because we were there for a week. I'm like, I can't just like easily like I'm gonna go for this stop and go to the next train because what if it shuts and then I'm stuck at that fucking platform with all these
This is our
ghettos.
stop with the junkyards.
Basically. So we get through it, but then like once those people they finally got off, but then people would like get on and get off and get on and get off.
What?
The train. Yeah. And they had this system there where you hit a blue
they're
button.
doing drug sales. So they're selling
Each
at each
station.
station. That's crazy.
And I'm like, I'm gonna pretend like I'm not. And Michael's like, why is your face like
what
that?
if you get arrested like as part of it?
Well, I go. Well, I'd be happy if the police showed up. To be not Minneapolis, but
oops,
Hairpin County is not, or whatever the fucking county's called.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we get out of the train. We finally get to our stop, and I'm like, I'm about to fucking murder somebody. We get out. We have to walk to our, which is only a block.
Okay, good. But it's also -8.
-8 and ice. And I'm like, I
forgot about I forgot about the sidewalks.
Yeah, so I was driving, like dragging my bag through the snow. My nose was like freezing.
My God.
I mean, unbelievable. So we ordered Chinese that night, whatever. So the next day we decided to have just like a day drinking kind of day, and we tried to like check out different bars. All the bars were closed. The ones that we wanted to go to, not the straight ones, but of course like the gay bars are all closed. We're like, okay, so we actually did go to the Eagle that night.
Oh.
They shouldn't be calling that an Eagle.
Yeah. Is it just like Union?
No, it's like cabins or something.
Oh,
it's like,
fuck.
Like look, like I get it, maybe a bear night or whatever, but like this is not.
This is trash.
It's called Eagle Bolt Bar, which I don't understand what that is either. I guess like the Eagle and the Bolt used to be there.
Oh.
They pulled out, and then this group bought it and called it Eagle Bolt.
And it's an Eagle no.
It's an Eagle no. So we had, what did we have for dinner? Oh, we went to this really, you would have fucking died. It's called like, I can't remember what it's called. Farm to something or not farm to table, but it is farm to table. These hot ass chefs were cooking like kind of close.
That's what I need.
Great food. It was amazing. So
need to
good.
watch.
Homemade pasta, all that. So we go, after that we went to the Eagle and I drank a lot, and then we went home and went to sleep. I wake up so we went to sleep early, sort of like in all the bars. It was like probably 11
you're
o'clock.
Like an hour behind.
Yeah.
So you have
So it was 11 o'clock when we kind of came back and like wound down, and I decided just to, go to sleep. Cool.
Yeah.
1:30 a.m. rolls around, which is not that far after I
just fell asleep.
I'm talking freezing. Like chattering, freezing. My neck hurt. And I go, oh my God, do I have like meningitis or something? Like, what is happening?
Oh no, and you just went to the Eagle.
I had taken an edible before bed, but it was only a 2.5. So I was like, okay.
For you.
So I was like, am I just high? Like, is this just like a moment? Freezing. Couldn't get warm. Somehow I get warm, I guess, and fall asleep. And at this point I already told Michael. Michael's already like, God damn it. Cause I'm rolling around like I could not sleep. I wake up and I'm now in the opposite mode of sweating like I've never sweat in my life before. I'm stripping my clothes because I had to get clothes on because I was freezing. Like I was so cold in the middle of the night. I was like, I'm gonna wear my sweatshirt and I slept in that and over the cover. So I was like, cool. Then I was so hot I had to strip everything down. I had to get the towels and I got water and I was like, I was a goddamn disaster. No real pain or anything, but sort of like just an uneasy feeling.
I'm freaking out.
So the next morning I said, you know what? So the next morning, as in I didn't sleep all night. I only slept 2 hours.
You were cold and hot,
rolling around, tossing around, sweating. It's just disgusting. And so then I was like, okay, well, I need to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, like.
So I decided to puke myself.
What's that?
Well, I was having stomach pain, so I was like, I'm gonna gag. Because I already felt nauseous. Like
so
I already
said, Michael, get hard.
Yeah. I said, at least we'll get something out of it. No, I just stuck my finger down my throat, and it took 1 second, and I was like, it was one of those words like I literally, and this one I had a headache too, and you literally are like throwing up nothing, but it feels like the whole world's about to come out of your fucking asshole. Like you're just like, finally I threw up dinner.
Oh my God, dinner was still in there.
Yeah. So I was like,
not
good,
no. Not good.
So threw up, felt a little better, not really. So it's now Tuesday morning, and I'm like, hey, Mike, I didn't sleep at all last night, so
I'm out.
I actually got up and went to breakfast.
In the hotel?
Okay. And I had a bagel, which is really odd.
After throwing up.
Yeah. So I was like, I was trying to like tough it out,
like,
I think. I'm fine.
It's okay, Michael. We'll have a great chat.
And so then, what was I saying? Oh no. So then
you ate a bagel.
and then
up.
I was like, I'm just gonna hang out at the room, blah blah blah. So Michael like ran around and did whatever, and he came back, and I was like passed out. I slept until almost 4:00 in the afternoon. Woke up and I was like, I'm not doing anything. My stomach was hurting so fucking bad. I have no idea, but my stomach was hurting like right here. I was like, oh my God, do I have liver cancer or something?
Oh no.
No, yeah. And so I was like still doing the sweating, but I was like, it wasn't as bad, but I was still getting like really cold and then really hot. But it was like in a like it wasn't as dramatic as the beginning. So basically, long story short, I was sick basically all of Tuesday, didn't do shit.
No diarrhea.
No, and that was the other thing.
Weird.
It was like I was
so
constipated.
Just you're vomiting.
Yeah,
That's really weird.
I know. So then I was like, but then it did sort of get like, it's like I was constipated, but my body was like, you need to shit. I don't know.
Okay.
So anyway,
wow. Listen to your body.
So yeah, Minneapolis. So then,
I was all day Tuesday. Wednesday still about the same.
yeah, sort of like took it easy. Like, we went to a museum, which is fine. Like, which pisses me off every time because you know why? Because I look at the artist and I'm like, okay, so you put a pencil mark on the fucking paper and you're calling that like Earth and or like life's wildest mystery, and you're like, how are you in a fucking studio? Like, how are you in a fucking? And there's people, not just myself. People who are putting so much effort into art. It's just I'd rather AI art than this shit.
I know. And then what gets picked,
right. And they're like, but it's like people are so hoity-toity. They're like,
it's a Rembrandt.
Yeah, like everybody's trying to be. Again, this is like I've said this before, but everybody's trying to be so fucking cool. So they try to pick the most different, odd thing.
Absolutely.
So really, in your real world, like everyone, ladies and gentlemen, in these, don't just be yourself because they don't want a copy.
Wow. Just be yourself. They don't want a copy.
Another highlight was the fucking Mall of America, which was a mall of America.
I was literally going to say, like, I've seen pictures and videos, and like as a kid, I thought it was like, wow, this is massive and crazy. But then, like, when I think about it and I think of what I've seen on those videos, I'm like, wait, I was just a kid. Like, it's literally a mall.
Yeah. So it's really big. I'll give it that. It's a very big place, but it's a mall. It's just a mall.
When's the last time you went to an indoor mall?
Well, that's the thing. I'm like,
have you been to Tuttle recently? Have you been to? We don't go there because they're closed.
This might be the last mall that's what I'm wondering. Like, in the whole,
where is a mall?
The thing, it's like it brought back like nostalgia for me. I was like, oh, I want to get like, I got Japanese noodles with like, I got and all that kind of shit.
Auntie Anne's.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So it was like that kind of thing. But I was like, at the end of the day, there's a roller coaster in the middle, but it's not like a big roller. It's a roller coaster size, but it's not big.
Yeah,
like the hill's like probably a. You can only imagine it's in a building, so like I'm not really sure.
Like it's inside a 5-story building. Like it's not that big.
So that was like kind of a waste of fucking. I was like, well, this is cool.
We're at a mall.
I mean, eventually, and then Michael goes, you need to change your attitude, because I was like, because I even said, I go, wow, for somebody who like hates shopping, this is hell. Like I don't know what I was thinking was going to be there, like some kind of like, I don't know, like dancers, or I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like all of a sudden to walk into something really entertaining.
Well, especially with Christmas, I thought it'd be like a winter wonderland.
I mean, they had really tall trees, but I'm just like,
it's a mall.
Cool, it's the mall. That's what I kept going back to. Yeah. It's like, well, we are at
a mall. Like people are coming here to return shit.
Shady characters, people on the bench, creepy people.
Do you not remember? Now that I think about being a kid at the mall, it was dangerous. I would walk around the mall and there'd be these old creepy men sitting on benches and just like staring.
But they're like cross-legged. Yep. They always had like weird Dahmer glasses on.
Yep.
Yeah, so they still hang out at the malls.
They're still there.
They're still there, and they still look the same.
They're more concentrated now because there's fewer malls.
Well, now they just have to use internet to lure kids, so they don't have to sit at a bench all day.
Oh my God, it's so bad. They play Fortnite.
Literally.
Like, hey, Johnny. Here's my screen name.
And it's a whole fabricated person.
Wow.
Welcome to AI, by the way, because that'll be a real thing where then you can get on camera with an AI probably and not even be your real self, but be the AI character, but it looks like a real person. Yeah, it's going to be bad.
Bobby, you're really ruining my childhood.
Well, sorry. So the other great thing about Minneapolis was
so after the mall,
Paisley Park.
What's that?
That's where Prince built a studio/house.
Is that where he died?
And he died there. It's a huge place where he recorded a lot of his hits. But he I mean, I made a joke, but of course, like I'm like, well, I'm like Prince, except for I'm not talented. Like, he was like me, but talented. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So, like, I'm not saying I'm not talented, but like,
And I think black.
yeah, he was, he was like kind of mixed. I think he was kind of mixed. He's like, I'm not white, I'm not black. He's not a boy, he's not a girl. He's the first androgynous.
He had to be
like,
androgynous for everything.
So it was really cool though, but he decided to build this place because he's like, I want my creativity to be all in one place. So he had like he had everything from a sound studio to a literal Hollywood stage where they apparently filmed scenes for Drop Dead Fred and some other of these movies. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's a huge
What movie
stage.
is that? Drop?
I'm gonna tear you a new asshole.
Drop Dead Fred.
I'm sorry.
Not Drop Dead Gorgeous. Drop Dead Fred.
Have you never seen Drop Dead Fred?
No, I thought that was a made up.
Poo in the carpet. Oh my god! Oh my god! I have to show you. Like, I have to. Poo in the carpet. He's like,
The nigger bitch! Get me at her!
Is this for me?
Get me an axe! No, get me a chainsaw! I'm gonna slice her into tiny pieces!
Well, it is a lovely day for it.
The death breath! She killed me with the death breath! Begone, evil one! Oh, my head! The mega bitch squashed my head! The bitch! She squashed my head! The evil one reigns supreme! Cobwebs.
What's Drop Dead Fred?
okay, it's a story about a girl who has an imaginary friend named Fred, and he like meets up with her. She gets like a divorce.
Okay.
And then he shows up as an adult in her old bedroom because she has to stay with her mom. So
Ew, creepy.
it was like, hold on, let me see. Yeah, it was kind of creepy.
Yeah,
So anyway,
it looks like it.
I'm glad I got into that.
So that's Paisley Park.
Paisley Park, and then then we went to a drag cabaret at this place, and it was actually really good. It was like a
Okay, I was
dinner.
like,
It was cute. It had the BB Sahara Monet, or the first winner of Drag Race ever. Yeah, it was-
I didn't watch till Nina. Yeah. Old.
yeah. She was on the last one of All Stars, but
I was gonna say, like, honey, if she was on season 1 back in 2002.
season 1 she only got like $25
Oh.
as the winner. So then
What?
yeah, and then
Not even that cheap Anastasia Beverly Hills.
I don't think that was around.
Oh, fuck. They're like, here's your Chick-fil-A gift card.
They're like,
you
okay,
won season
you're
1
like
of Drag
60
Race.
now, and you were 30. Minneapolis was then wrapped up yesterday. We literally did nothing.
It sounds like a summer city.
I will say it's a summer city for 3.5 days.
Okay, so you mean a long weekend trip?
Yeah, like
it's not.
there's
You
a
don't
lot
need
to
a week.
see, but
Yeah, yeah.
you really don't need a week unless
I
it's like
agree.
a busy week. I guess if it was like
If there's like a concert or like a ball game.
yeah, there's a ball game.
There's a ball game.
It just was it was a weird vibe. It was like it was quiet, which is weird because it's so cold that people don't really.
They're
they have
not
the
gonna go out.
Skyway, which I'm really pissed off about because the Skyway was great, but it was never fucking open. It opened like one time or two times, and it was like during the day.
What is the Skyway?
It cuts through all the buildings. It's the largest connecting
What does it connect to? Like from
building
where
to
where?
building to building, so nobody has to go outside.
Oh, so all the buildings connect.
Yeah, so then it's like a mall. Though there's like vendors in there, and it's like a mall.
that's
It is like a mall,
fun.
and it's awesome. I'm
Okay,
like,
I would like that.
So you walk through all these things. There's different, whatever. But there's one piano guy playing, and
I want that.
and the Walgreens, and everything's in there. Like it's really kind of, it's cool as fuck. But I was so pissed. I'm like,
They only opened it twice.
so they opened it, but they would close it at like 6:00. So when we're going out at 8
Yeah, you
o'clock for
can't get
dinner, we
home.
can't walk. So we had to. Luckily, it warmed up to like 38. So like,
Yeah,
we were
by
fine.
the time the end of the week.
Yeah. So, but I'm just pissed. I was like, I want to go through the Skyway to
Yeah,
these
like,
places. 'cause it would-
obviously.
Yeah. So their gay scene probably like
A 3 out of 10.
I'd say a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
They
That's
do have
pretty
some cool
generous.
bars. It wasn't really a friendly vibe in my opinion. Like,
It's cold. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what it is. It's
the people
cold in the
are
middle
like,
of the winter.
They're like,
nobody's really in the mood to be like, hi, where are you from? They're like, hi, why are you here?
yeah, like, why the fuck are you here?
Like, this is like time for like exclusivity. Like, if you live here, this is when you
Okay.
can come out. But if not, like, who are you? Like, why are you here? Like, what's your reasoning?
I love that.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good city. It was a good time. I recommend it, but I recommend, supposedly in the summer, everybody said, oh, the summer. Everybody kept saying the summer. But they have like a lake every like half a mile or something.
Yeah,
so it's like
the land of 10,000 lakes.
So there's lakes it's all a lake basically with like little islands basically is what it seems
That's
like.
kind of
the
fun.
opposite.
I love lakes.
Yeah, so everybody loves
I love lakes.
I do too, because you can't get a shark bite.
I know, that's true, but you can get a brain-eating amoeba.
Right, but not Minnesota.
Oh, okay, good.
Because it's
too cold.
Yeah, it won't warm up the water. Like in Florida,
I'm not swimming in the South in lakes.
No, because you need to hope they move a lot.
Yeah, there's gotta be a lot of flowing water.
A lot of flow.
Heavy flow. Okay.
So yeah, that's what I did. How was your like?
Oh, it was a post-Christmas week. It was quiet.
Same old bullshit.
Christmas was great. Actually, we drove to Dayton area, and the roads were not as bad as I thought they'd be, but not great.
Yeah.
So like at any moment you're driving and you're like,
you're
I'm
fine,
gonna die.
but then you're not. Yeah.
Like I'm going like 70 because it's fine, and then all of a sudden you're like, that's ice, and then you're just like, what do I do?
Yeah, like, oh,
I can't.
You can't do anything. You literally have to be like, oh,
you're just like, just keep going straight.
Just keep swimming.
And then yeah, the day after Christmas was great. It was nice and quiet. Stayed at home. I worked a couple nights, and then you came home.
So it's basically been just like a chill.
Puppy's home.
Puppy came home because
Puppy's home. Yeah.
Oh, we need to address something.
Yeah.
Too.
We did get a little tricked.
We got tricked like the conservatives that we are. Do you want to explain what it looks like? The pride flag that we were talking about yesterday, I guess, it got resurfaced from years ago.
Flag we were so upset about is like 2 years old.
2 years old, and the conservatives have just raked it back up into public.
Yeah, and it's not even real.
It's not real. So,
and no one even like wanted it.
Now we're not saying sex workers aren't. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so we need to clarify that.
Now maybe they should be on the flag and just they can be the color red.
Yeah.
Something else. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm just gonna read this because
it's better.
It's like a rant.
It's best.
It happened last night. So last night was New Year's Eve, and for me, I think you'll agree, but I put New Year's. Cheesy, dumb shit. Just get drunk at home, not a giant party of people you don't care about. What are we celebrating? Half the world is already in the new year and we're waiting for what? Because like when they're like showing you around the world, they're like, and Australia's New Year. And it's like it's already happened. And then I'm like, why are we counting down to something that's already happened in half the world? It feels so dumb to be like, and now it's the new year, except over in Europe, it's already the new year. Like to me, it's like, okay, so like why are we like, and the ball drops, and people are always like, where are you going for New Year's? And they're out at these like Mandrake, Moxie, all these places.
You can't afford it.
They're surrounded by people they don't even know. They're like, they go out with like 2 other friends, but then like the rest of the crowd is like randoms. And they're like, yeah, we fucking made it to the new year. Oh my God, baby, give me.
Yeah, then you have to find your,
and then it's like,
all the anxiety of that.
What are we doing? Why are we celebrating this? Like, it's nice to have like a little family gathering maybe and be like, okay, here's to the new year. I hope it goes well. Even though we know from the past few that it really hasn't gone great.
Right. That's kind of my thing.
So I just don't get it. I don't understand like why people black out. I don't understand any of it.
I actually don't either.
Like at all. Yeah.
I honestly don't either. It's flabbergasting in my opinion.
I've never been to a New Year's Eve party other than with my family at our like house or condo or whatever.
I don't know why it used to be a little bit more impactful for me. I don't know why.
Well, it's easy. Like the whole culture celebrates it like it's this big thing. Like you've got to go out and celebrate with your friends and kiss someone.
But it's all capitalism.
Yeah, it is. It's like put these glasses on, these cheap plastic.
Oh my God, we have to go to New York and we have to pay money to these hotels and we have to. It's like
and stand for 12 hours.
First of all, I don't know if you've ever done that. I need you to call us.
How do you not pee or poop yourself?
Do you wear a diaper? Like I need to know.
Have to wear a diaper.
And then like people are drinking shit.
Drinking.
I'm like,
yeah,
they must have like.
They have to have a bag strapped to pee
or maybe
into.
I don't know.
Condom catheter.
I don't know. It's disgusting.
It's
regardless,
sick.
You smell like piss and shit, and you're standing in this place.
What if they all decide like there's a corner of the corral where they're like, we're gonna poop here?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if like there's like a little
Everyone's
spot
like
where,
avert your eyes.
Like there's like a wall there.
Yeah, and they're all just like, just stand there and pee.
I mean, if you've been to Times Square, you also know that Times Square really isn't that fucking great. So
it's somewhere you walk through once in your life and you're like, that was good. I'm good. Like when you did it with me, I was like, okay. I mean,
yeah, you could get easily distracted if you touch an Elmo. They would like chase after you and try to beat you up. Like
the fucking characters in Times Square, it's horrid.
So yeah, it's like Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
With these freaks. Like,
and this year it was like a star that dropped and not a ball or something. Like I couldn't even, first of all, the Ohio State game was on until after midnight.
Literally.
So it was like, I turned the channel. Well, I didn't.
It actually happened.
People
like,
at work, it was midnight.
Midnight. It's really bizarre.
And then, good Happy New Year to Ohio State fans.
Yes, and Happy New Year to all my Georgia folk. Because I was in the middle.
I mean, either team could have won, so I kind of feel like, yeah, I don't really care.
We don't really care about the football.
We don't.
Well, I do, but I don't really want to talk. Like,
look at us.
Look at us. Look at my hair.
Yeah. So for New Year's.
Yeah.
Like, okay, New Year's.
I absolutely 100% agree.
Okay, good. I was wondering, like, if you used to be more into it, though?
Yeah,
like,
I
as a
used to be
kid?
into it, like, when I was in my 20s.
Okay.
And I don't know if that was, like, I don't know.
You had youthful energy.
Maybe.
I think you had hope. You had hope for the new year. See, me going forward, I'm like, I am just hoping for
just a normal.
I don't want the worst.
Yeah.
I would like a normal, regular year where I don't look back and go, wow, what the fuck?
Right.
Like that trip got ruined. We couldn't go there. We couldn't do this.
I think COVID has kind of made us jaded. I think, honestly, I was
maybe
probably.
That's, yeah.
I think, I mean, yeah, it's cute to be like, Happy New Year. Hope you have a great year. But, like, also, it's like.
Do we really? But the other thing about New Year's that I fucking hate are resolutions, because it's always people who don't really mean it and they don't really want to resolve to do anything. They're just like, I'm gonna lose weight,
and it's like,
and I'm looking at them like, just save yourself a month of suffering and just don't try. Like, just fucking eat whatever you want to fucking eat. Drink what? Oh, I'm gonna do a sober month, and I'm like.
Right.
I know you'll be back.
Oh yeah,
at
isn't
Union.
it sober January?
You'll be back at Union every night in February.
My thing is that like
so just skip the month. Like, what's the point? And people post about it. My resolution this year is to do this. I'm like, don't tell other people your resolution. Just do it quietly. Just do it. Because I know when you post about it, you're not going to do it. So don't post about it. Keep it to yourself and say, I'm going to do better at this, and then do it. But that's not what resolutions are about. They're about bringing in other people. They're about trying to convince them that you're going to do great. Look at me. I'm resoluting to do this.
Right. It's all about. I know. I totally understood. Like, it's just, this is the best week to find people who shake their salads. That salad noise. That ting, 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 ting.
Yes,
this is
they
the week
come to
for
work
it.
and shake the
all of a sudden, all the
salad.
new Tupperware they got at Christmas to try to lose weight. You're going to be shaking that shit like you've never heard. And you'll be like, Becky.
Oh my
like,
God. What did you bring for lunch? Oh, I'm bringing a salad.
Okay. Okay, we'll see. We'll see you at Wendy's in 3 days.
Yeah,
which actually
like-
can eat healthy at Wendy's, but that's besides the point.
Baked potato and chili.
Yep. Chili, and they have this new ranch wrap, grilled chicken ranch wrap. It's so fucking good.
That sounds pretty good.
So
Okay,
fucking good.
anytime someone says wrap, I'm like, can I get one
It's
of those?
so fucking good.
Like, I go to Subway if I have to, and I get like a veggie wrap.
Yeah, I go to Subway.
Because it's like, although Jersey Mike's, honey.
I know.
So yeah, resolutions are out for me. I don't do them. I've never done them. Since I was like a kid. Do you do resolutions recently? Oh, you've been doing them. Oh no.
Well, I've always in the past.
you don't
it's always
tell
been
me a
like,
lot, I don't
no,
think.
I don't like to talk about it because I'm just gonna fail.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna lose 15
yeah,
pounds
and it's like
by
day
February.
one. It's like, okay,
nope,
I just
nope.
housed down
I just had chocolate
yeah,
cake.
like
If I hear any of you say that your New Year's resolution is to lose weight, I'm gonna laugh in your face. Come on, get a grip. What is it, 2002? Get it together. Do something interesting with your life.
it's just, I'm glad this, I'll be honest with you, I'm glad the holidays are over.
Yeah.
Because now we can go back to like not eating icing just out of the tub for the fun of it because it's December. Like, it makes no sense, but for some reason in my head, it's like,
oh no.
Cookie? It's
like
I'm
Amber's cookies. I ate like 6 Amber's cookies in less than 24 hours because I was like, well, it's Christmas.
I wonder if,
I don't want them to go stale. And
No,
then I just like
right.
all the desserts. I'm like, well, and then they dropped those desserts. Oh, and our neighbors gave
like,
us chocolates.
how much was wasted though too? Like, let's talk about that. Do
Yeah.
we really need to make everyone cookies?
No.
Make your own goddamn cookies for your own fucking self. I mean, if you want to donate to me, that's fine. But
if you
in
need
general,
my
most of us
address-
need to just not make cookies because honestly, most of us aren't good at making cookies.
Well, you have to be, and that's why Ambers were amazing. But like, yeah, you have to be an actual baker.
Yeah, like I don't
want your
this trial recipe.
You know what I don't want are those rock hard powdered sugar dusted balls of just rock hardness where you bite in it like chip a tooth.
Yep.
And they're like, that's a snowball. And
yeah,
like,
I know what you're talking about.
Save your snowballs. I don't want them.
I don't want a snowball. All I want is a fucking sugar cookie with really good buttercream ice cream. Buttercream icing.
Like have you ever gotten cookies from people and thought, I'd rather just have a Cheryl's cookie? Because like literally, I'm like, there's so many cookies that you get. It's like, nah, this isn't as good as. I don't know. For me, it's just kind of stupid. It's even some of these cookies aren't as good as the Lighthouse cookies. You know, you get at the, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. With all the buttercream frosting, you get them at Giant Eagle. You're like, yeah, I just ate 3 today. Literally, I made buttercream cookies myself. Didn't give them to anybody because I'm not stupid. And I had the icing and literally, just stick a finger in there and say, you're literally eating butter that's sugared up. At least get a graham cracker and pretend. Right now, we used to get graham crackers and be like, that's actually good. Graham crackers are so good. With icing. They're so fattening though. Are they really? I didn't know that. You think you're being healthy. You might as well eat you might as well eat a fucking. I was always like, oh, a graham cracker is good for me. Maybe I just eat too many of them. It's medicinal. I know. I was saying like, oh. I thought it was medicinal as a kid because I was like, I always said, Mom, who's Graham? What's Graham? Aw. What is Graham? Gee, is it a type of? Is it a Graham? What is Graham with an H? It's Grandma. Grandma. Oh, is it Grandma Cracker? And then change it to Graham? Grandpa. Graham, like Grammy, Graham. Okay. Like I don't graham know. Cracker. It's cracker. If anyone out there knows what a graham is, tell us. And not a gram of cocaine like on Bobby's Minneapolis train. I'm talking cracker. Which I think might have been, I don't know. I'm like, heroin probably if they're asleep. If they're falling asleep. It was that like swing. Watch me twirl, like, Daddy. Watch me twirl. I was like, this is not working out for me. This is not good. This is not fucking good. Actually. Do you have a topic? I do. Oh, I like that. Did you see it? No. It is funny how she sings. Oh. She's like shaky. Then you have that. And then I can't believe I used to hate Miley Cyrus. Like I used to hate Miley Cyrus. She was trying too hard at first, and now I'm like, oh shit, okay. I think that's what it is. I think she was trying too hard to be like a pop star. Well, it's like like when she. That's it. Yeah, you're right. It's like, she was trying to be like a blonde. The minute she became herself is the minute we all loved her. Nobody wants a copy. Nobody wants a copy, bitch. I showed you this already. I'm just doing like a quick little my TikTok of the week. No, you didn't. Oh. Yeah, that's the groomers, the straight people. Just groomers. As a recap for everyone, the straight people are also groomers if they're going to call us groomers, which I'm not a groomer, but I'm just saying like when you're giving your kids, letting your kids play in the elephant, whatever it's called. The white elephant? Yeah, and the 12-year-old gets condoms and everyone cheers. And cheers, that's indoctrination. It's so fucked up. It really is. It's so stupid. Oh, we've already done that. There was something else I wanted to show you. Oh. Yes, my cake. I won't say it. It's okay. You're in love. What in the fuck are people fucking doing? At least out loud. What is this song? I won't say I'm in love. Meg from Hercules sang that. Okay, so that wasn't Hercules. I thought it was supposed to be like funny. No, that's a real song. I love that song. Yeah, you're like really into She's like afraid to say she's in love with Hercules because she doesn't like men. She's been burned by men. But before. Did you see who was singing it? I'm just kind of wondering. That was from last night. I had to ignore that. You I did. Had to because I was going to throw up. I have another topic. You do? Yeah. Well, go for it, babe. Because I keep cutting really short in our episodes because that's fine. No, so just talk about whatever you want. One thing that happened this week, which we just have to acknowledge that I'm sure everyone else is fully aware of because it's all over the news. A total, complete, misogynistic douchebag, Andrew Tate, he tested Greta. And don't come for Greta, bitch. It didn't fucking work. Like, she literally just clapped back and became one of the top 10 tweets of all time. Mm-hmm. Like, over 3.5 million likes. Then he tries to respond because he has to get the last word because he's a douchebag. And what happens? He reveals his location in Romania and gets arrested for
Why?
What was it?
Because
he's a groomer. You know that word he throws around and other people who like him throw around towards people like us?
Yeah.
But
they're the ones doing it.
They're
it's
the
very
ones doing
interesting
it.
that's always the case too.
It's weird how they project. It's weird how they project.
It is weird.
And then when it happens, like I go on and I'm looking and all of his people are like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, right. There's no evidence right now. I'm like, why would a foreign government arrest someone without any evidence?
Well, I had somebody, I posted a video.
It's coming, bitch. It's coming to trial.
I posted a video and some guy goes, go figure, the first one I see that's negative about this is a fat queer.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said something like, I don't know what I said. And then some other guy wrote, it was really cute. The skinny queers hate him too.
I love that.
It's like, thank God. That's like, the gay community's going to have to come together. I mean,
we will.
It has to happen.
It does. Like, because people like this are out
Andrew
there.
Tate can go suck my dick. I
Actually, okay. So when he posted that video with the pizza box, I watched it and I was like, he's gay. Like he's absolutely
fully
gay.
homosexual.
He's like talking like this about his pizza. Well, Greta,
that my very extensive car collection with internal combustion engines, which run on dead dinosaurs, have an enormous emission profile. And she replied by telling me her own email address. Greta's email address is, I have small dick energy. Why would that be your own email address, Greta? Strange. I mean, obviously I don't want to assume her gender. It's 50-50, but it is what it is. I'm not actually mad at Greta. Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled. Thank you. So I'm not actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix. She thinks she's doing good. Someone has sat her down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty to stop the sun from being hot. And then, because like sitting somewhere without the heating on, in the cold, little hat, shivering, use my tweets.
He lisps like
he's very grandiose.
Oh yeah,
like,
he showed his nipple, like he like shows his chest. He's gay. Like all these guys who follow him are like, oh, he's so macho. I'm like, no, he's not. He's gay.
Right.
He's a skinny little gay boy that I would see in the shower, and he would suck me off. Like,
but then he would like threaten to beat. Like,
but then he would beat me up later. Like he's not this macho straight guy you think he is.
It's not a macho to be fake.
It's not
it's
macho.
It's more macho to be able to take a dick.
Let him come. Oh.
It's really macho in my opinion.
That's why we're not macho.
Right. Because we're pussy ass bitches. We're like, ow, it hurts.
I can't.
Ow.
Ow.
I don't know if you thought she was a queen or not. I don't really know how I feel about her, but we lost Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch.
Barbara Wawa.
Monica, you have been described as a bimbo, a stalker, a seductress. What's the biggest misconception about you? We're on nothing today?
No.
No heroin.
My God.
Well, I'm going to ask you all the questions that people think. No more heroin?
No.
Finished?
No.
Prozac?
No. Stop.
Prescription drugs?
Didn't work. The Prozac didn't work.
Are you a good mother?
Yes. I'm an excellent mother.
Ever do drugs in front of your child? Do you blame yourself? What about your own career? Does that have real meaning to you? Did she think you had talent? Did anybody think you had talent? Did you think you had to be pretty? Everybody, had the little pug nose, and that was the whole. Did you think you were good looking? Why didn't you have your nose fixed? Everybody must have said to you, "Have your nose fixed." How did you know it was going to be right?
Where I come from, would I have called you a hillbilly? Dolly, did you look like this when you were a kid? Is it all you? But do you ever feel that you're a joke, that people make fun of you?
Just for the record, you're not pregnant now. You know the rumors that you're anorexic. Do you watch what you eat? So this is just that you're naturally thin, or why are you so thin? All this time, Renee saw you as this not terribly attractive, awkward little girl with but you are a little overweight. Why? Do you try to diet? There are people who say that you couldn't be president because you're so heavy. What do you say? You could stop these rumors. You could say, as many artists have, yes, I am gay, or you could say, no, I'm not, or you could leave it as you are, ambiguous.
We lost Betty White last year, so it's like a similar thing. Like at the same
Very
time,
similar.
I'm like, why every year do people just die
at the last second?
It's like Christmas happened, Christmas, and then the Pope fucking died. Good riddance to him.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
Benedict. You let all this rape happen underneath your whatever.
He's
Bye.
like, I did know about the child abuse, but I didn't do anything about it.
But I apologize,
like,
and the Lord, hope he'll let me into his kingdom of heaven. I'm like,
I hope he wakes up and he's like, it's really hot for heaven. And you're like, yeah, you're burning in hell, Benedict.
I hope he wakes up and God goes, you're a fucking idiot.
And then kicks him to hell.
No, I want to be in purgatory.
Purgatory, this bitch. Mm-hmm. I'd be fine with that too.
No, honestly, just send me there. That's where we're going to end up.
I think purgatory is okay.
I think we're like in purgatory.
It feels like it ever since
we are
COVID.
in purgatory.
Wow. Wait. Oh, you're religious now.
Between heaven and hell is what we're at now. Wow. Purgatory. We're in purgatory. We did something wrong as a little angel of heaven. And now we're trying to. Anyway, I don't even want to go into the fucking.
Yeah, let's not go into that again. But yeah, like all these people just fucking die every year. I was waiting for a bigger person to die. Even I was like,
well, it was 3 Pele, and then
yeah.
So, and I only know Pele from like when I was a kid, but I remember like, oh, Pele. I'm like, oh,
Pele.
Who? Pele. Also, I think we need to talk about this before we get into our calls, and it's just really quickly.
Yeah.
George Santos.
If I were one of those in New York's 3rd district right now that the election is over and I'm finding out all of these lies that you've told, not just one little lie or one little embellishment, these are blatant lies. My question is, do you have no shame? Do you have no shame in the people who are now, you're asking to trust you to go and be their voice for them, their families, and their kids in Washington?
I can say the same thing about the Democrats and the party. Look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden's been lying to the American people for 40 years. He's the president of the United States. Democrats resoundingly support him. Do they have no shame? I've made this very clear.
This is not about the Democratic Party, though. This is about your relationship, frankly, with the people who've entrusted you to go and fight for them. And I think one of the questions that really probably hits home to a lot of people is are you Jewish? We've got a letter that your campaign sent out earlier this year, which reads as follows. As a proud American Jew, I've been to Israel numerous times for educational, business, and leisurely trips. You said there in that letter that you are, quote, a proud American Jew. How do you explain that?
My heritage is Jewish. I've always identified as Jewish. I was raised a practicing Catholic. I think I've gone through this. Even I've not being raised a practicing Jew. I've always joked with friends and circles, even in the campaign, I'd say, guys, I'm Jewish. Remember, I was raised Catholic. So, look, I understand everybody wants to nitpick at me. I'm going to reassure this once and for all. I'm not a facade. I'm not a persona. I have an extensive career that I worked really hard to achieve. And I'm going to deliver from my experience because I remain committed in delivering results for the American people. I campaigned on inflation. I campaigned on crime. I campaigned on education. I campaigned on delivering resolve for the American people. That's what the people of the 3rd Congressional District heard me on and on as I campaigned. Now it's going to be incumbent upon me to deliver on those results. And I look forward to servicing and serving my district.
The results that people are looking for are called into question when you tell blatant lies, not embellishments. And this is, I think, one of the biggest concerns, Congressman-elect, is that you don't really seem to be taking this seriously. You've apologized. You said you've made mistakes, but you've outright lied. A lie is not an embellishment on a resume. You said you worked at Goldman Sachs and Citigroup, but they've said, we've got no record of this guy working for us. You've said you've gone to and graduated from these universities, but they've said, well, we've got no record of that. These are blatant lies, and it calls into question how your constituents and the American people can believe anything that you may say when you are standing on the floor of the House of Representatives, supposedly fighting for them. That's the real issue here.
Well, look, I agree with what you're saying, and as I stated, and I continue, we can debate my resume and how I worked with firms such as Goldman and Citigroup.
Is it debatable, or is it just false?
No,
is
it's
it debatable, or is it just
debatable.
False?
No, it's not false at all. It's debatable. I can sit down and explain to you what you can do in private equity, in capital intro, via servicing limited partners and general partners. And we can have this discussion that's going to go way above the American people's head. But that's not what I campaigned on. I campaigned on delivering results for the American people by lowering inflation. I can sit down, and if you want to have that discussion, I'd be glad to, Tulsi, to explain that to you and make sure that we settle the score.
that this is not about settling scores. And I think you just kind of highlighted, I think, my concern and the concern that people at home have. You're saying that this discussion will go way above the heads of the American people, basically insulting their intelligence. So not only are you now backtracking on these lies that you've told, but you're saying that you can't explain it in a way that your constituents would actually be able to understand.
I can explain it in a way if you give me the time. I can easily if you give me the time, I can easily explain it for you. As in, when investors are looking for capital, and I'm sitting there doing due diligence on the appetite and what they're looking for, right? And we work alongside GPs and LPs to help them place this capital. This is what I was doing, and that's when I worked extensively with these firms and many other firms at my time as I was vice president of Linkbridge Investors. So this isn't a made-up narrative, but I feel like nobody really wants to sit down and talk about it. Everybody just wants to push me and call me a liar. Look, I embellished my resume. I did.
Congressman-elect Santos, we've given you a lot of time. I think the time that is owed is to the people of New York's 3rd. It's hard to imagine how they could possibly trust your explanations when you're not really even willing to admit the depth of your deception to them. Thank you so much for being here and joining us.
I don't know.
Once again, why are
okay.
George Santos. Like, I don't even know where to begin, because the more you read about the stories, like, he's not really Jewish. His family's not really from Ukraine. Like,
he didn't graduate from this place. He didn't even go to this
Columbia,
other place.
Like, all of it's a lie. It turns out that he has become an elected member of Congress. He's who knows? Probably not. He might just be a fat straight guy. But it's like he does all of this fabrication, these lies, and then he still gets elected. But that tells you.
It just shows you, though.
It just shows you.
And I'd like to hear what the right. Actually, I'm going to do a little research and do the Fox News and see like what they're saying about the situation, because they always find a way to be like.
Some of them are acting like it's a big deal and
like,
bad, and then other people are like, well, other people are just staying silent. Like Kevin McCarthy hasn't said anything.
Shocker.
He's possible future Speaker of the House.
Which I don't understand how
he doesn't even have the votes, but we'll see tomorrow, I think.
So they have to vote him in, right?
He has to get like 218 votes, and they only have like 220. Like they barely have it, and a few people have said like they're not going to vote for him. So
so then could it still go to like a
and the
Democrat?
Republicans? No, because some of the Republicans would have to vote for a Democrat, which is very unlikely.
So they can either no vote,
or they can find an alternative speaker that the Republicans would vote for. Like another member.
I got you.
Another
like they'll be like, no,
member.
I want blah, blah, blah. And then
if enough people are like, yeah, we should all switch to that guy, it's unlikely.
Wow, I hate this country.
But that's Republicans. Like that's the funny part is like they're being held hostage by people like Lauren or Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matthew Gaetz have said they're not voting for McCarthy. It's like the worst people in the Republican Party are like, you know what? We're going to cause trouble. And let them, because they don't even know what they're doing. Like they're not going to legislate. They're not going to pass anything important. Like we had the CHIPS bill. We had the infrastructure bill. I mean, we've had how many COVID bills under Biden? Like all of these big money spending things that are actually helping people have passed. Republicans have nothing, no legislation like that.
They have no idea what they're going to even do. What are they going to do? Like, we need to take away books from people who are reading about these queers.
You literally like, oh, that. Okay,
why don't we worry about
important?
Like you're bitching about how Biden does with the money and all this shit, but you guys never do anything about the money either. Really, it's like you
DeSantis spent $28 million to send like a plane full of people up to Martha's Vineyard, and then. That was all taxpayer money.
He scares me.
Yeah.
He scares me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Because I think he's smart. He's like a good looking guy. He knows how to talk and he knows how to get that base riled up, and it scares me.
Okay.
So I'm putting that here for. But George Santos, I'll play some videos about him and like being dumb, but like.
This little queer boy, like.
Listen, honey, we don't need you like as a.
Don't slander our name, our community's name. With these lies.
Which, speaking of that as well, this is kind of goes hand in hand, but I did see, I'll play another video here. There's like a group of gays against grooming or something, and it's Republican gays who are against grooming. Yeah, it's real. And I'm like, what in the fuck is happening? And why do we think that this country is so great?
I know, literally. That's what I'm like, what?
We literally there was a shooting
look around us.
I mean,
another one.
There was a shooting at the Mall of America like 4 days before I went. But we were walking around, there's people strapped and like carrying guns. And I'm like, and I was like, oh, I feel safe. And then I thought,
I'm
wow,
not safe.
How sad is it that like we have to have armed men walk around because there's some fucking idiot that can go get a gun very easily because we don't have the right gun legislation in place. And now like we're like, oh, thank God there's the SWAT teams here. It's like,
what? Yeah.
Why are we living this life?
No, I know.
And in UK and Europe and all that, like they're not like this. We are not free. They are. That's the
rest of the world is more free than we are here.
We act like we are like the Regina George of
we're free.
We're rich. We have money. we can be protected by money. We can be protected by whatever. We have a great military. But like at the end of the day, we're still a shitty person, and we're still the ones that are going to be like a whiny bitch and unhappy. And I'm done with that.
And then we throw in a few little bombings of random countries we don't need to be bombing and killing innocent people.
And then you're also manipulating.
It was an accident.
And you're manipulating other countries by just giving them money to then be on your. It's like so fucking shitty. So to me, like I love it.
Really great.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. Okay.
When I hear it now, I'm like, that's a joke. It's a pure joke.
It's so sad because I don't want to be an anti-America person. I'm not. I believe in this country.
We want it to be better, but it's like looking around.
But when you really look at it, it's like it's not going to be better.
Our history is not great.
Until we acknowledge that we're all fucking assholes and we're pretty much in the wrong the entire time.
Well, that's the thing is like we have 30+% of the people who won't acknowledge our past. And so we'll never move on from it because they don't want to look back and go, yeah, it was bad that we committed genocide against Native Americans. It was bad that we had slavery for 400 years. Like, they don't want to acknowledge that. They just want to actually well, that's in the past.
Except for when the statues are up. They want to acknowledge those, so.
The Confederate statues they want to keep up because those are very important for our history.
But they want to not teach why
they were up. Like, why were those up? And why are they still up? They don't want to talk about it. And so that's really our biggest problem. And we need to get rid of these people. I won't say.
It's like, yeah, they need to die off. I'll say it.
Yeah.
And they need to die off.
I think they just need to die off.
But the problem is that, and then we slide closer to the die off. This is what I feel like. We're on a conveyor belt and we're just like, you're like, yes, these people are gone, but then I'm getting closer to that chopping block. And it's like, oh no.
You're getting chopped.
Like, I feel like I'm getting farther away from. Here's the other thing. I know I'm just switching it back because I just need to make sure I say this.
Okay.
The other problem with the country, and we think we're so free, and oh my God, what is the percentage of people that actually vote in our country? I think it's like I think it's like 40 or something. That might be generous.
I don't even think it's I think it's like really bad.
So like
when you consider
the
that
smallest percentage of people
are controlling everything.
It's
because
scary.
people just don't fucking vote
because they're not educated enough. And here's the other thing: there's not a really good forum. I feel like for us to understand what's really happening. In Washington, there's all these like, oh, well, that's blah, blah, blah. That's article titled 454. You have to go through this thing to do this. And it's like, we don't understand that because we're not there. No. But if they made it clear to us, like what they're trying to do and how they're trying to actually help us in our individual districts.
Yeah.
Then maybe people would vote, but we have no fucking clue what's going on.
I think the system is broken.
It's broken.
But I think it was designed to fail, in my opinion. Like looking back at it,
it has to do
this. The rich landowners were like, this is fine. We'll always be fine.
Right.
Fuck the small people. They don't really need it.
And it really is the same.
Like it's just like
churning. It's a churning machine now. It's like
a joke.
Out with the old and with the new. But and whether you call yourself like now it's the tech people who are all the money and they control everything. Look at now Elon Musk is like owning Twitter. There's the richest man in the world owns a really huge communication platform. Like that's scary. That is like scary.
They don't want to talk about it. They're worried about CNN and all these other liberal media. It's like, no, we have a hard right psychopath named Elon Musk using a public communications forum that can
dictate everybody's lives.
Use that news agencies use. Like,
literally, he could manipulate tweets.
Here's what I heard that I didn't even think about. He could, if he wanted, because he like owns Twitter. I think he could just release
everything,
all the DMs, all the messages, who people follow, just like easily release. Like, here's all the private messages between this person and this person.
When you sign your name, when you're setting up an account, you're acknowledging that they can use your information any way that they want.
Like that's
including
horrifying.
Public shaming you.
Like I do not need them to share the porn I've seen on Twitter.
Yeah, they'll be like.
But by the way, one of my favorite pages got taken down. It's gone. It's so bad. Like that was my favorite fucking.
Well, that's next, I mean, we had Tumblr, and then
we had Tumblr. Now they're going to come for
Twitter.
Twitter.
Then they'll come for Reddit. Back to our caves. We're going to get to our voicemail. You can always call us at 614-721-5336. That's 614-721-5336. Call us and tell us what's making you not well, or whatever the fuck you want. And I don't know what these sound like, so here we go.
Okay.
Hello. I called 30 minutes ago, but I hanged up because I was a bit scared. But my name is Ruby. I'm not feeling so well right now because my friend, she has a girlfriend, right? The girlfriend's right now treating her like shit, but I don't know what to do about that because I really care for this friend like their family, and they know they're being treated like shit, but they still say, I love her still, yada, and just, I don't know what to do about that, so I'm just not feeling well for that.
And don't worry, we'll put subtitles up.
Yeah, I'll do subtitles for this one for
She's
sure.
like in a closet hiding from this abusive person. What are your real thoughts? So this is a friend of Ruby.
She has a girlfriend right
Ruby
now.
has a girlfriend who's abusive. That's what I got. Like Ruby's girlfriend is abusive to her.
My name is Ruby. I'm not.
Oh no, Ruby.
Because right now my friend.
Ruby
has a girlfriend, right?
Okay, Ruby has a friend, and that friend's girlfriend is abusive.
Right now is treating her like shit, but I don't know what to do because I think her best friend has a girlfriend that's treating her like shit, and she doesn't know what to do because.
Have you ever had that happen where you have like a friend dating someone that you're like, why are you dating this person? Because I have. I've definitely had friends where I'm like, what are you doing with that person? Well, like, you know it's not going to last, and it's like, it's already bad now, and you're going to talk like you're talking about the future.
Yeah, no,
it's bad a year in, and you're going to be like, I mean, we have some friends who've broken up multiple times. Even that.
I mean, I was going to say we have a mutual.
We have a mutual one where you're like. Okay. You realize like this can all come back to rear its ugly head in the future.
Right. Like we're not out of the woods yet.
We're not out of the woods.
Not out of the woods.
Like, I don't know if you've ever, I don't know.
Say it.
I'm just wondering, like, some of these people, I'm kind of like, what are you going to tolerate? That's what you need to ask yourself before you even start dating someone. What are your boundaries? What are you going to fucking tolerate? There are things, and I've told them to Matt, and he knows them. I'm not going to tolerate this.
Same.
You can't treat me like this. If you don't do this, then I'm not going to be with you. So, like, figure that shit out. And even if you like I didn't figure out all of it until I started dating Matt, for example. Like I'm just using him because he's the current relationship.
Obviously you married him.
And I married him. But it's like, and so I'm not saying you have to know day one, but you need to figure it out, within a good amount of time. What are your rules? And then if they cross them, it's over. If they're abusing you in some way, they're gone.
See, and this is the difference
Move
between
on. But I love them. No, what?
Chasers and
it is
exactly.
And
it goes back to that.
So this friend of Ruby is clearly the chaser.
Getting treated like shit. Ruby is obviously.
Please stay with me, abuse me, but stay with me.
But yeah, like, oh my God, you're so hot though. And it's like, no matter how hot somebody is.
Yeah, they can't abuse you.
They can't abuse you because you'll never really truly be happy. You won't know what it's like to be fully released.
Joseph and Jacob.
Yeah.
So like Matt and I are friends with a guy who was just in an abusive relationship, and you really feel for him, but it's also like, how many times can I hold your hand through this and try to tell you need to just leave his ass and get the fuck away? Like he hit you or he punched you and you're going to be like, well, but we love him. You need therapy. Like this person does not love you. That's not love. No, I've never thought once I need to hit Matt or punch Matt.
Oh my God, I know. I mean, are there times I want to strangle?
Are there times where I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, you crazy person? But I'm not like, I need to beat him up. Not in a real way. I need to beat him up.
It's almost like after the fact, I'm like, God, I could just punch you. And it's like, I'm not really going to punch you. I really just want to tackle you and just like,
fuck you.
Fuck you. But I'm just like, I don't know. I've never had that feeling either.
You're just mad, but I've never once been like, I want to hurt him.
If anything, I just need to go. Like,
if I'm a
runner.
Yeah.
Like
before I feel like I want to hurt someone, I'm gonna leave their ass.
I'm gonna hurt you.
I'm gonna be
like,
like,
really hurts.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking
leave. You're not gonna know me anymore.
And my phone will be on silent. You will not hear from me. That's how I will hurt you.
Yep.
And it will hurt.
And it will hurt. At first, you'll be like, fuck that.
Yeah.
It'll hurt.
No, it will.
Don't
and
worry.
we know it would. That's why, because we're not chasers. But
so as far as Ruby's concerned, I think you can just, just talk to your friend and say, I'm really concerned.
That was in an abusive relationship. I just talked to them over and over and they finally left this person, but it took them months and months. And I had to go through the conversation with them like 5 times. And finally I said like, this is going to be one of the, I can't do this
Yeah,
anymore.
you have to put your boundaries
Yeah, I said
up.
like, we can't talk about your boyfriend anymore. I told him, I was like, listen, I can't talk about your boyfriend anymore. I'm tired of talking about it. And then he didn't bring him up anymore. And then like a couple months later, he broke up with him and left the abusive situation.
Yeah, especially if you're going to talk to somebody else about that relationship, like,
and that's
you need
your
to
only
be
way.
ready for them to not turn on you, but like be honest with you and like finally have enough of your bullshit. Like, there's only so much people can do and almost so much sympathy that you can give somebody until you're like, hey, you're the one that keeps going back there, and then you keep doing this pattern, and I know
then
it's
you come
hard
to me to rely on me.
I'm not going to be a part of that. Yeah, I'm not a part of that pattern
Like,
anymore.
I can't support you through this shit
And that's
anymore.
what's really sad is a lot of friendships die by that sword.
Guess who's never brought up something
No,
recently?
I don't like you.
You know who?
Yes, queen.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
She hasn't brought up a single thing about that situation in 2 years now. Like, I haven't heard about it at all since COVID.
Right.
So that's a good voice.
Well, yeah, Ruby.
Ruby, I hope your friend can get out of this. Just try to support them in any way you can, but you need to protect yourself too, and tell her, listen, you know this is bad. We've told you it's bad a million times. I can't keep talking about it. I'm going to be here for you as your friend.
But it's hurting me to see you hurt.
Yeah, so I can't do this over and over.
And once you really be honest with somebody, it might take a while, but they're going to end up being like, maybe Ruby's right.
Yeah. Good luck, Ruby.
Thanks, Ruby.
Hi, my name is Shai. I got my first job 6 months ago. And there's this guy, and we barely have talked. And I was telling my friend how I feel. And she goes, bitch, you're in love with him. But the issue is that he kind of hates me. And
He got back to me and he's leaving her job.
he's leaving our job. So, I mean, I guess I'm going to have to see him much longer. But it kind of hurts. Because it's the first time I fell in love. And he just doesn't love me back. I mean, I don't know. But it makes me feel like shit. And then my dad's dead. My mom's in jail. So, I mean, I don't really have anybody to talk to about it. And then the lady at work, who is like my mom, my maternal figure at the moment, she's leaving too. So I'm just in a hell of a spot right now, I guess.
Okay.
First of all, why is everyone whispering?
Like, hi. I don't know if you guys are all recording from your closet because you're scared, which might be the case, but like,
please speak up.
Speak up. We would love for a little bit higher of a
It's hard to hear. I like literally was like at one point like, what's that?
So what I could gather is your life sucks right now. Is kind of
Dad's
what
dead, mom's in jail.
Mom's in jail.
Maternal figure at the job
Mama's
is leaving. And then the guy that now I do
Something
want to
about-
clarify something.
Yeah.
This happens a lot. We tell stories to ourselves in our heads. We build things up to things that they're not. We say like, I'm in love with this person. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You are infatuated with that person, and you created a story where you guys were going to date. He never dated you. He never liked you.
He never made that story.
So don't tell yourself a story that you were in love and this is the tragic ending that you don't deserve but always happens to you. You weren't in love.
And also,
that's not love.
You also didn't see signs that there probably wasn't a reciprocation.
Right.
You probably
told yourself a
call was
story.
like, oh my God, he
dropped something off at my desk.
And listen, everybody's gone through this. That's the fucked up part. Is
I
we've
know.
all felt this way
I've
before.
absolutely done it where I was like
all
watching
gone batshit.
a guy's dog and like I was helping him out all the time and like I picked up things for him from stores if he needed. I mean, I was doing a lot.
Right.
I was chasing. And so
again,
I
it goes
told
right back to
myself that like, oh, this is going to be a thing. We're building. And then 8 months later, I found out he doesn't really want to go further. And then I was like devastated.
Oh,
and I told myself the story, but that's why I'm in a better position to tell you, dear, you weren't in love. That's not love.
It's not at all.
Love requires reciprocation.
Love requires work. It is not fun.
It's not
Is
fun.
it weird that I feel like it's not fun?
It's not fun.
It's like not. It's not what you
It
think.
has
It's
fun
not
moments,
Sure.
but it's like in general, it's just
It's a lot of
monotonous.
work.
It's like the same every day.
It's a lot of work. You have to continue.
Boom, boom, boom.
You're leading a household forward and trying to go through life together.
You're adopting
accomplishing all-
puppies.
Yeah, like what you want.
I know me too.
So anyway, Sky or Skylar or I couldn't. It didn't
Closet
pick up.
girl. Closet girl.
Make sure we speak up, but also you need to just worry about you right now. It seems like everybody else has disappointed you.
Yeah. Or died.
And I'm thinking maybe you need to stop disappointing yourself and you need to look inward and really dig deep because it's time. Because that phone call right there, to me, when you're that down and you're like, I don't know what to do, I get it. We've all been in the pits of hell.
And everyone's abandoned me. And
but
the story you're telling yourself is not.
It's not really a real
beneficial
story,
to
right?
you.
Yeah.
You need to tell a more empowering story of I'm getting through this without the support because I have that power.
Yeah, I don't. It's
don't
always good
need
to have help though. So I don't want to say I don't need help, but you don't. You don't need these people. Like, yeah, is it sad that your dad's dead and your mom's in jail? Yeah, that means you have no parental support.
But look where you are.
Look where you are. You're still alive, breathing, and doing stuff. So move forward slowly.
And there's going to be real people who actually like you back. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you want that.
But a lot of us don't want that because we don't want to.
And once you have it, you want it less.
You always want what you can't have.
Yeah, like freedom. Okay,
sundries. My sundries really quick and easy. It's gonna hit back at New Year's. It's the fireworks situation for me.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, there's fireworks that shoot off. Okay, and that's fine. But there's also guns.
But they also do the fireworks every night of the year in the summer.
Yeah, summer it gets bad because they're like warming up for 4th of July. I'm just so frustrated with just like why are we shooting off fireworks from Kroger that like aren't even really a show. Like fireworks supposed to be like, ooh,
I want to go to the local high school and watch a show.
Correct. I don't mind those at all.
Here.
You could do that all day long if they were actually fucking pretty.
Yep.
But when you're not seeing anything, I'm thinking to myself, it's 12:40.
It's just a noise.
Why are we shooting? Yeah, it's just a noise. Why are you shooting this off? So I made a TikTok and I had people coming for me.
What?
I did. They're like, oh God, fun sucker. And like one person was like, it's because of the kids. And I go, yeah, but why are we shooting off?
Why are the kids awake at 1 a.m.?
Why are we shooting off blanks?
Yeah, like that's not a firework. A firework is to watch and go like, wow, it's pretty. Like these are not fireworks. These are you bought them at CVS and they make a loud noise. Like that's not a fucking firework.
It's like if I went outside with no water in the hot tub but ran the hot tub.
Yeah. Right.
It's true. Like it's like
wow, it's a hot
why
tub.
would I do that?
No,
why would I do that?
It's not real.
And everybody else can hear it though around you. So it's like you're bothering everybody else, but you're gonna sit there because why you want to hear the noise of the firecracker? To me, and then it really bothers me that I have to like duck for cover. And I was like, do I need to put a pot on my head or like, what do I have to do?
You'd have to put like body armor on.
Well, that's what I was like, at least I stayed in the middle level.
Yeah,
I
that's the
I should have went to the basement, but
basement would be better.
But I was kind of like, I'm not going to the fucking basement. So
I know I never want to anymore. It's hard. The steps, and then you have to come back up. It's colder.
Yeah.
It's just.
So yeah, that's my sundry. It's just like fireworks and it kind of touched on what you already said, but like I just don't understand the fire. I understand like from 12 to 12:10, like oh yeah,
right,
happy.
Like a little.
I don't need it at 12:50 to hear it. But it's like there's no fucking spark.
Yeah,
it's literally just a pop. I just can't.
I love that.
Thank you.
My sundry is TV shows.
Okay.
And I hate waste, and so this like got me thinking, but I was looking for a TV show to watch. Why? I don't know. I should just wait for a good TV show to come out. So I go onto these streaming maps. I'm going through Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, HBO Max. I literally have them all. Don't ask me why I pay this much a month.
Do too.
It's probably like $50 a month for nothing because so I'm scrolling through and I realize I'm on Apple TV. Basically, there's all these shows I've never fucking heard about. No one has heard about. There's no way anyone I know is watching them. It's just like there's tens, almost hundreds of them. Like have you heard of this? No, you haven't heard of that.
No.
I know you haven't. Echo 3, you haven't. The Mosquito Coast, Mythic Quest, The Morning Show, Bad Sisters.
I heard Bad Sisters funny, I think.
Okay. Well, see, at least you've heard of it. At least you've heard of it. This one, Shantaram.
No.
What is Shantaram?
Wait, is this on Showtime?
No, that was Apple TV. There's even more. This is what I'm saying is I'm going through these
filler
apps,
TV.
and it's just filler TV. And then I realized, wait, each one of these shows costs millions of dollars to make because production of a show, I mean, it's not cheap to make 12 episodes.
Correct.
And it's like you have to pay the actors, you have to get the production, you have to go to build a set, you have to have all the support staff to do it, you have to advertise, you have to put it out.
Health and safety, you always have to have an ambulance on set.
I mean, it's millions of dollars to make a show that probably no one will watch just so that your app can be like, here's a show you might like. No, I'm not gonna fucking like it.
It's like
why is it
Samsung
even? Why is it recommended to me? No, I have an LG.
Oh, sorry. Well, my Samsung, like, it has like a special cable network, but it's like all like these weird, like, shows I've never heard of them. I'm like, are these like B, like,
like where are they coming
level?
from?
Like,
where are they coming from?
There's so much out there.
But that's what I'm trying to figure out is like, why are we wasting millions of dollars on all this shit? When we could just be like, hey, there's some really good actors that we want, and here's a really good script. Like, let's do that.
I wonder if there's any shows that got rejected. Like, let's just say,
and then
like
they come back,
and then they come back and become bigger.
I think that's or
like,
I wonder.
Do you know what I mean? Or do they then another like little small? Because I think it's all about production company and like all that too. So like it's a slower level production company because you got to start somewhere, right? So these people are like, well, we'll buy that script, and we'll put it out, but it's only gonna be at $500,000 instead of $4 million budget.
And that's what makes me wonder.
And
like,
it kind of fails.
Who's at Netflix buying this shit?
But then, well, they have to have filler because they're like, we have the most
we have
selections,
the most
like
TV shows, right?
I don't really want.
That's what it is. It's just fucking.
It's
filler.
all again. It's all capitalism.
I'm sick of filler and capitalism in my life. Like I don't need all these options. I just want season 3 of White Lotus. I want the next season of House of Dragon. Like I'm watching Yellow Jackets. It's pretty good.
Oh, I've watched
I'm on episode 4. I like it so far.
Oh, it's really good.
So that's why I'm like, there are good shows.
We're Here is
it's
really
just
good.
that I just want to wait. Just tell me when the next one's coming out. Like even if I have to wait 8 months, I'll wait. I don't need all this TV. Most people don't.
Yeah.
So stop
Just
making
keep
it.
me having at least have me have a show once a week. I like having like a moment where it's like, our show's on.
I do like that.
And when
that's
it's slow
hard to
season,
find.
it's hard.
It's hard because honestly, I go months at a time without any TV.
Right. And all of a sudden it's like every Sunday I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. I know.
To like have feelings again.
I know. But that's my Sunday. That's it. What a great week. Happy New Year, friend.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy fucking New Year.
We have a lot going on.
Do you have a resolution?
No, bitch. I already told you I'm not doing it.
Obviously, I don't either, but okay.
Well, the resolution. Well, I'm gonna make a storyboard actually, or
I heard Michael
a
doing
vision
that.
board.
Like,
I'm doing a vision board.
Everyone's doing that this year. My friend Kelsey. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one too. Just like you put what you kind of want, and you vision it.
That's the worst definition of the vision.
Yeah, that was like
you
not
put
good.
what you want and you vision it.
It's basically it stems from
trauma.
The Secret.
Oh, what's that?
The Secret.
What's The Secret?
The Manifestation Secret. Have you not seen The Secret, the like documentary? Oh fuck, you need to watch it.
Why?
It's good. It's like all about manifesting though. You can literally manifest all your dreams, and like one of the ways to do it is to like constantly say it in your head, write it down.
Okay.
So like storyboards or like year boards, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Okay.
They're basically so that people. So you can hold yourself accountable almost, but you're looking at it almost every day.
Okay.
So you remind yourself subconsciously even like, hey. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Excellent.
So excellent. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure
you call and speak up when you call.
Please speak the fuck up. 614-721.
614-721-5336.
That's 614-721-5336. Please speak up when you're calling.
If you want to call from a closet, do it, but speak up in the closet.
Yeah, get out of the closet, babe. All right. Well, see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.